All right, we're ready on this booger. Who kicks this booger off? Wichita? She was only a waitress in a highway cafe, poured coffee from dusk until dawn. But she was heartbroken 24 hours a day, for she longed for a trucker who'd gone. Boys making a corned beef on rye, slang with a gleam in her eye. The headlights were burning, the big wheels were turning. Her sweetheart would come by and by. He'd park his great semi off of Route 64. She'd blush with a sweet little sigh. 'Cause at 11:30, he'd walk in the door and he'd order corned beef on rye. Oh, make it corned beef on rye. She'd sing with a gleam in her eye. The jukebox was blaring, his soft eyes were staring. The corned beef would come by and by. Now the drivers remember that night, so they say she'd said her farewells to them all. But when the hands on the clock reached 12:15, her suitcase still stood in the hall. And the hours passed by, even as the trucks passed by out on the highway. And then in the early hours of the dawn, two grim highway patrolmen come into the place. Good Lord, they shook the rain from off the hats. And as the poor girl came up and poured them their coffee, she overheard the words that they said.
Say, honey, could I have a chili dog, tostados, and some guacamole salad, thank you.
Say there, Gifford.
What's that?
You saw that old wreck up on the predicament tonight, I guess, didn't you?
Well, he did a half gainer and a half, didn't he?
Ooh, I'll tell you, I've seen everything now. He jackknifed that some bitch liquor now shit up there tonight. He really did it now.
I'll say he did. I need to ask you a certain question if you don't mind.
What is it now?
What do you think he might have had a little filly waiting down the line?
Oh, shit. Gifford, you know them goddamn truckers, don't you?
No, what about him?
Hell, they got a little filly at every cafe from here to Las Cruces. All the way from here to Las Cruces. They know they're a damn trucker now. They'll get you every damn time. A good little church rat, but they always seem to make
funnier than I am.
You better believe me. Now there is a small truck stop on Route 64 if you happen to be passing by. But there's a trucker who never stops in anymore, and a waitress who wished she knew why. Oh, make it a corned beef on rye. Slings with a tear in her eye, and the dark eyes are glistening. For someone who's listening in that highway cafe of the sky. Oh, make it a corned beef on rye. With a tear in her eye, and the dark eyes are glistening. For someone is listening in that highway cafe in the sky. We're going to feature old Snake Butt now on one that I think is really nice.